Eric, just can you talk about how you've kind of, I guess, embraced your role and created this opportunity for yourself over the summer and then into fall camp?
I'm just trying to take every opportunity I get, just take advantage of every opportunity I get and try to make a play every time my name get called.
Rod? Mike,
What were your expectations coming in to, to your first practices, that type of thing? Just, you, I guess, do everything possible to move your way up the chart?
Yes, sir. Really just try to work my way up the depth chart to even, see the field. That's all.
Has there been a OMG moment, whether it's in preseason or in a game, like, oh, man, this is way different than high school?
During the summer, that was an OMG moment for me because I had to get adapted to everything. But once I got adapted, it started clicking for me.
I know you thought you were being slept on a little bit as a recruit and stuff. Mm-hmm. Is this sort of satisfying for you to come out as a true freshman and be one of the few in the country that's playing and playing well?
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. Just trying to show the world who I am and make as many plays as I can.
What is it like playing for Coach Crawford, and what has he instilled in you since you've gotten here?
Coach Crawford's a really great guy. He knows what he's talking about, and he wants us to be the best player we can be. And he comes from a great program over there at WKU. And once he got here, everything has been clicking. So I'm just trying to make plays, everybody.
Anything else for Eric? Kyle?
With, Chase banged up this week, has that changed kind of how you're preparing yourself, or is, kind of what are the expectations, I guess, for yourself going into this first big road game?
Really, I understand it's supposed to be a big game, but you're supposed to prepare every game like it's a big game. So it's just another game for me.
Anything else? Kyle?
Kind of what's your chemistry like with Haynes, and how'd you guys develop that?
I met Haynes on one of my visits when he was up here at the same time as me. And he's a really good guy. So everything is tight with us.
Rod?
When you got here, was there anyone in the receiver room that you went to maybe rely on and say, hey, can you show me the ropes, that type of thing?
Really, everybody welcomed me with open arms. And everybody brought me in like family. Everybody, they gave me all the ropes, everybody, the whole room.
Anything else for Eric? Got it?
I know, I was trying to think if it was Chase maybe. One of them told us they had to tell you to celebrate after you scored your first touchdown.
Yeah.
Given, how the game was going, just kind of what was that moment like? I know that you were upset about the game, I'm sure, but just what was that moment like for you?
Yeah, for me, there's really no celebration if we're losing. I only like celebrating if we're winning.
All right. Awesome, Eric. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Chad?
LaMiles, having faced Ole Miss before, I know their speed and tempo can be a problem. Is it different than other tempos and speeds that you see elsewhere?
I think it is different. Probably Ole Miss, maybe Tennessee, and UCF are the only teams that I've actively seen probably move at that pace. But, we are an in-shape team. We've been practicing fast tempo, so we'll be prepared for it.
Rod? I'm sorry.
Ole Miss is a team that's naturally going to try to establish a run. They got one of the better running backs as a DB.
Right.
I guess having your eyes in the right place is really going to be crucial in this game, especially with the receivers they have in addition to that running game.
Right. It'll be crucial. Eye control is, that's something we kind of harp on, no matter who the opponent is. They have a great running back, a really good receiving core, a really good quarterback. We're not kind of doing anything out of the ordinary. We've always been taught to have good eyes and place our eyes on our keys. So really it'll just come down to execution.
Right.
You're playing a third different style of offense in 3 games. You went from kind of a quick passing stationary quarterback to an option team basically last week to more of a reflection of what you guys run in some ways, spread stuff. Right. Just how different is that to prepare for, and kind of how do you guys switch gears?
Practicing against our offense. Our offense kind of runs a similar offense in that regard when it comes to spread and, moving tempo, having good running back, good quarterback, good receivers. So, the game of college football, you have to adjust every week. So, that's kind of what we're doing, and we'll be prepared when the time comes.
Chad?
Do you all as a defense talk amongst yourselves at all about last year's result?
No.
Why not?
It's in the past. We're a new team, have a new identity, and we're going to go out there and execute that identity this year.
Kelly?
With tackling was an issue in the first game, and especially on the back end, and then improved a little bit last week. Just kind of what do you feel like maybe the slow start's been with that on the secondary side?
Week one, things like that kind of happens. Unfortunately, it happened to us. We were victims of that week one. But you'll never see a bigger improvement from game 1 to game 2, and then going in and trying to improve from game 2 to game 3. Our goal is to improve in all facets of the game, each week. So, hopefully we take that emphasis and we improve this week.
Do you get more excited for a game like this than maybe some other games teams you might go up, especially since your first road game of the year, SEC school, that type of thing?
I wouldn't say I get more excited. I try to take each week by week. I kind of look at every game the same. I try to make any moments bigger than what they are. It'll be a great opportunity going to, like you said, our first away game, SEC opponents, so they'll have a good crowd. Their players are a little bit different over there. So I wouldn't say I look at it any differently, just going out and executing how we have been.
Has there been any trash talk with your former teammates there? You have quite a few guys that you know quite well personally.
Nah, no trash talk. That'll probably happen in game.
Anything else for LaMiles? Go.
How's it been physically? This is the most you've played in games, and you're playing running back now, so you're getting hit a lot more. Just kind of how's it feel through 2 games physically for you?
Honestly, our coach has been harping on us to stay in that training room as much as we can. Me personally, just that transition or running back, you do take a lot more hits. So me putting on some pounds and me doing some extra lifting has been very valuable into what that position change has brought me to. So it really hasn't been too much of a difference. You just have to know what you're working with.
Chad?
I think someone told me Saturday you wouldn't look at the stat sheet, almost refused to look at your stats because you're concerned about the win. Could you kind of speak to that and where that mindset comes from?
Honestly, come from childhood. I've always been a team player. Always been one of those guys who just wants to win. Any way I can help the team win, that's really what I want to bring to the team. So stats it's something that comes as the team wins. So if you win, your stats might go up. It will go up. So I'm all about winning, honestly. I just want to win.
Coach Key talked about how aggressive they are up front, and they try to create negative plays. Do you feel as a running back, if you can get through that first wave, you could maybe break off some big runs?
I definitely think if you can get through that first wave, you can definitely break off some big runs. Our offensive line have been doing a great job, and they're still doing a great job. We're still getting better. So if everything connects, it's gonna be a great night.
I guess, how do you feel with your comfort level now after playing a couple games? You had this whole fall to adjust to playing running back. Just kind of what's your comfort level now?
If I was to put it on a scale of 1 out of 10, it'd be out of 10 because the first few games, as y'all know, was my first snaps on offense. So as I got used to it, it definitely helped me a lot within getting those reps in those games. So my comfort level has definitely grew tremendously over the time.
Anything else for Jamal? Okay. Last but not least, the reigning ACC Defensive Lineman of the Week. It's Kyle Kennard. Open up for questions for Kyle.
How does that sound hearing Mike introduce you like that?
Man, it's great. I haven't had recognition like that in a long time, so it always feels good to get that type of recognition.
What are your impressions so far of watching this Ole Miss offense on tape this year?
As far as their offensive line, which is the group I'm watching, they're a physical group, big group of guys, great competitors, just like every week we see. It should be fun going up against them this Saturday.
As preparation been any different this week than the first 2 weeks, or you're just going about your business and doing what you need to do?
Yeah, we've been big on that this week. I can't say we are just going about our business. We treat every game the same and attack every game the same. No game is bigger than the next.
Have any of you guys, I doubt Brennan's brought this up, but have any of you guys talked about the game last year and how it went?
I mean, we watch film on it, so we obviously talk about it briefly, but this is just a scale of different teams. This team is nearly completely different than last season, and as well as that team, they got new faces, so we just looking to defend what they got this year.
Does it help, though, last year having seen that speed and tempo, knowing what you're getting into on Saturday to adjust to that speed and tempo that they run with?
Definitely. We kind of know what to prepare for. We know they're one of the fastest teams in the country. But like I said, they're probably even faster this year. So that's something else we got to get even more prepared for. We can't just go in thinking like, well, we know their tempo, because we don't. They're snapping it faster than years previous.
Looking at your defensive line, what have you seen from your tackles, your nose tackle and your defensive tackle, and how are they progressing this year?
They're definitely coming along. We got a lot of new techniques of kind of in the interior. There's been completely different coaching styles, so they're getting that week by week, and we just looking to keep pressing. We all want to get more pressure and things like that.
This is like the third different style of offense you faced in the first 3 games, but it's more similar to what you guys run. Has it helped just seeing the tempo you guys run in practice and what Coach Faulkner's trying to do? Do you feel like that maybe will give you a little bit of an advantage?
That's actually true. We see a lot of different things, which I do feel like that helps us a lot. And it definitely will help us this game because, like I said, we have to focus on things that we already been doing and things that we're going to do for this game. So, yeah, that's all.
Anything else?